tree, fun fact, kind of smells like kimchi. I'm not sure why, but it does. Tree, kimchi. Radical, not sure what's going on there. But hey, give it another big squeeze for good measure. Wearing my tree hugger shirt, that's right, that's right. So today, fun fact, is National Love a Tree Day. So that just means so many things. Obviously, like, we owe our lives to trees, no big deal. NBD, just, you know, the root of our very existence. But ching. And so yeah, today that is the focus of my poetry. So glad I thought of that while we were walking up here. Get it? Poetry? Ooh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So this is a tree that I really, really love a lot. Obviously it's epic and full of stories and likely thousands of years old because it's Jaimongo. It's so big and it just feels like a friend. It just feels like a good friend. So I'm wearing some cool stuff. My boo got me this awesome tree hugger hat and it came with this really cool, it's just a friendly little tree hugging thing. And then I'm wearing my Smokey the Bear swag because, you know, that's all part of it. Just protecting nature in every way. So these are mine. This is my boo's. Give a hoot. Got to. Help Woodsy Owl. Help Smokey the Bear. And then I'll show you the back. So maybe you could get yourself one of these bad boys. Say it again. It's from the
Parks Project.
Parks Project. So go online to the Parks Project because this tea planted a tree, and that's a really good feeling. This tea planted a tree. So that's a cool feeling, and I just love the little tree hugger, and I got this cool hat, and we're chilling with Gizmo because you know he loves trees. He likes to pee on the trees, but that's just his way of saying hello. Just telling everybody that he was there.
Good boy.
So, I'm gonna sit in this little nook, see what's cooking. So yeah, I thought it was a really good day to write a new poem, get the brain going. Found out some fun facts. I'll quote my sources at the end here, but I was reading all about trees, and that could go on endlessly reading about trees. But I read about, it's really cool that they brought some tree seeds to the moon. The module pilot of the Apollo 14 in 1971, they brought about 400 to 500 tree seeds that went around and orbited the moon for the first few days of the mission. And they wanted to see if a trip to space and some time on the moon's orbit would make the seeds grow differently. And then I didn't do further research to see what happened with all that. But I found some other cool fun facts that I didn't include in the poem about the fact that trees have these defense mechanisms and they can push chemicals through their leaves called phenolics. Sounds kind of scary. And so when insects start to invade, they will be poisoned by these phenolics. And the tree's like, nah, take that phenolic, give you a licking, get it? They can also give like secret codes to other trees so that those trees can begin their defense mechanisms. And they'll be like, yo, bro, hooty hoop, the eagle has landed in their secret tree language so that they can start putting out them slick phenolics. Pretty crazy. Like the willow trees, for instance, they put out chemicals when they're attacked by webworms. And then they begin to produce more tannins so that their leaves are harder to digest. So that when squirrels and little forest friends are coming to nibble on them, they're like, you're going to have tummy trouble, Mr. Squirrel. I don't want you chewing on me. So they're really smart. They're crazy smart. And I wove in some other fun facts. I'll give my sources at the end there. So here we go. Today, day 136. that right? Today's the 16th? 7? Is it the 15th? Is it the 16th? I think it's the 16th. We're deep in this pandemic. We don't know what the day is. It's the 16th. So it's day 136, representing with phenolix. New words. Okay, so today's poem is called Our Best Friends We Rarely Send Enough Love To. O most sacred canopy, beloved giver of oxygen, who also sees with your mysterious and little understood ocelli. You, the reason for sprawling beauty in every season, our life force, the trees. From fragile, humble seeds, you exceed the power of grandiosity and emerge so tenderly with small, curious leaves, and then begin to sprawl into a force too powerful to conceive. Your roots beneath communicate a labyrinth of needs, and all the world feeds from your offerings. Lovers have flings beneath your boughs, and if Francis Darwin knew what he was talking about, they may even peek at such a scene. Oh, your generous green gives so much more than inspiration for paintings and photos. The very breath in our lungs is something we owe you. Yes, of course I'm a tree hugger because I seek to know you all. The Liriodendron tulipifera, Prunus serotina, Castanea dentata, Sweet Bay magnolia, Thuja plicata, the short and reaching, to the wise beseeching and awe-inspiringly tall. Even the snags provide so much, the home to many creatures and the nourishing touch when they fall. The borers in the outer bark provide nutrients to all that is around. The question, of course, remains to drive us Zen seekers insane. If there's nobody there to hear it, is there indeed a sound? Either way, such peace is found walking around and giving proper appreciation to these entities. Yes, I wove in some Tolkien there because he was aware of their sentient qualities. I practically worship my Malus domestica, otherwise known as my magical apple tree. They don't need us, but we need them, and thus we must entrust one another to the utter necessity of maintaining their safety. From the sassafras to the mountain ash, we cannot take their presence lightly. I look at our unsightly strip malls and I want to bawl because the biggest fight they face is our spreading, sprawling takeover of greed. We need them desperately, the sugar maple and the pignut hickory. Some may even soon cease to be, like the Panacea baylesiana, which is barely clinging on in New Zealand at the Three Kings Island. Humans cannot simply sit back and be silent when it comes to our greatest ally. You may be surprised to know these mighty helpers even cry. It's ultrasonic and not able to be heard by you or I, but with special technology, researchers know they exude a wailing warning when there is a fire or drought or an invading species that makes them believe they could die. And we'll be making the same distress sounds if we don't try to keep more of them alive. I'm sure the wise 4,600-year-old Great Basin bristlecone pine Methuselah could provide some insight. We must keep up the fight to protect them because even a single acre of our saviors, the trees, can remove as much as 2.6 tons of carbon dioxide in a single Earth rotation round the sun. The next time you're out frolicking and having fun, just remember there's so much that must be done to keep this balance going. In a very blunt way, humans are kind of blowing it. If we really care about these longest surviving organisms that lovingly give us oxygen from their stomata, we better do a whole lot of soul searching and change the script. Even now in the tropics, the amount of CO2 being absorbed versus released has flipped. Essentially, us drifting from the natural world to create the synthetic is making our CO2 emissions pretty pathetic. It's not the time to get apathetic, people. We have to view the trees as unequaled treasures. We have to stop focusing so heavily on our selfish consumer pleasures and just do better. It's not so difficult as it seems to be an environmental go-getter. This, our only home planet, is facing historic droughts, drying out as we speak, and we simply cannot let her. Deforestation is a fetter around the ankles of our only hope. We need every piece of the puzzle, the cork, the xylem, the phloem, the cambium, in order to cope. The scope of this is serious, and thinking about it could make you delirious. But we have to hold steady and make ready our resources before our very lives are at risk. It isn't an easy fix, but it's worth it to save the absolutely essential role of a little thing that keeps us breathing, called photosynthesis. I guarantee that if we lost General Sherman and all of his good friends, we would be desperately amiss. We tend to overlook the bliss gifted by the willow tree's wisps and the uplifting allure of the awesome cherry blossoms. Sam Van Aken is certainly making the most of our generous earth hosts by taking all the best stone fruit clippings and creating the astonishing beauty of a grafted tree of 40 fruits. There's so much majesty to view, from the surreal swoops of the banyan to the portly pink pods of the green leaf manzanita in Bryce Canyon. Look around where you're standing and you'll see branches handing you the future. Give thanks to these rooted superheroes. Help them grow and let your love for them show. Find out all there is to know and find out how to keep them here. Let's give a cheer for the arborists, arboriculturists, botanists, and dendrochronologists. They hold it down, but we all play a vital role in this Earth's survival. When the trees communicate through mycelia fungi and their mycorrhizal network, we don't want them saying we're their rivals. This planet can make a revival. I feel it in my human roots. So slap on those hiking boots and scoot into them hills and woods to soak up what's good. If a glowing screen is filling your vision and dreams, then a trek to nature would do you lots of good. This simple act should ground you to the fact that a lack of our tree family would cause catastrophic grief. So hug that trunk, kiss that leaf, take off those boots and feel your own roots we call our feet digging in deep to the soil we must stay loyal to. Lay looking up at the crown of this photosynthesis providing royalty and switch up your view. You too can have a hand in caring for this vital land and the tree folk that stand so grandly upon it. So put that bee in your bonnet. That's my poem about trees. So my sources, a lot of that information I found about the fact that it's really complicated science I didn't totally understand, but trees actually see. They have like something similar to a retina in their makeup, which is crazy to me. But I got a lot of that information at woodlandtree.com, woodlandtree.com. And then the rest of the info I got from scientificamerican.com, and it was an article called Veggies with Vision. Do plants see the world around them? So pretty cool. This guy's checking me out. Hey, big boy. Love you so much. So that was really fun. Just reach out and touch the stuff that lets us breathe. It's really important and we need it. So thank you so much for that. I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. Yeah, you got to look up that dude. The Sam Van Aken. Is that his name? Sam Van Aken? Yeah, Sam Van Aken. Check that dude out. He grafted a tree of 40 fruits. I want to pay a pilgrimage to it so badly. It's like, that is the raddest of the rad. Wow. 40 fruits, one tree. Woo! That's clap worthy. So yeah, just get out there today and give one of these buddies a big old embrace. Okay. Love you. Happy National Love a Tree Day.